send you? Who say you work? Now your business. If you want chop, if you want no chop. Nobody send you. When hunger, why are you well? Don't be person go tell you say make you go find something chop. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is IGBO MUM TAG. I am a mom of 3. I live in Zurich, Switzerland with my family, and I welcome you to my channel. Please do not make it your last by hitting on the subscribe button and turning on your notification bells so that you will always get notified each time I upload a new video. Now let's get right into today's video. So this video I'm about to do was originally created by Nelo Okeke and Bemi O. That was 2 years ago. I was still pregnant then. Back then I wasn't even thinking about being a YouTuber. I wasn't thinking about creating content or doing anything here, but now I am a content creator. And then I did it last year, like motherhood series concerning my struggle with pregnancy, my miscarriage story, my delivery story, and other stuffs in between. And I so much loved it, I enjoyed it, so I decided to recreate another one. I decided to do it again this year. So this month of June, expect motherhood series. So please stick with me. Let's go ahead with this ride, okay? Now let's get into the questions, and then I'll give my honest and unbiased answers. So the first question says, how old were you when you had your first child? Very funny thing. Like, you can't just ask me how old were you when you had your first child and I give you a straight answer. I'll always have to think about it. Probably because my birthday was the second month of the year and I had my child the penultimate month of the year. So more like it was already many months in between. So most times you ask me how old are you when you have your first child, I'll just be like, wait, let me think. And you then see me counting with my fingers. It's crazy, I know, but then I was 24 when I had my first child. The second question is, what was the hardest part of being pregnant? Even if I am sleeping, even if I am in a deep slumber and you wake me up and ask me this question, the answer is always on my fingertips. Morning sickness. Oh, morning sickness. I know there are people who enjoy pregnancy, nothing like morning sickness. They are very strong from the day one to the day they deliver. My own morning sickness no be my mates. Nah, not at all. I experience almost all the symptoms that comes with pregnancy. I experience almost all the symptoms that come with pregnancy: feverish, nauseous. What again? Not only do I feel nauseous, I actually do throw up. I throw up. Sometimes I live close to the toilet because the moment food enters my mouth, that is my answer. Morning sickness is the most difficult and hardest part of pregnancy for me. Then the next one says, can you think of any good thing during pregnancy? You know, there is nothing like anticipation. When you're hopeful that something will happen and you're hopeful and you believe, holding on to faith that God will make it come to pass, I think that's the only good thing about pregnancy. I know, especially here in Europe. But if it was to be in Nigeria, I remember my first pregnancy in Nigeria. All I need to do, anything that passes, I'll be like, oh, I want that. And then they'll be like, oh, she's pregnant, she wants it, that's what the baby wants, and they'll give it to me. In Europe, who sends you? Who say you work? Now your business. If you want chop, if you want no chop, nobody sends you. When hunger, why are you well? Don't be person go tell you say, go find something chop. So, and then in Nigeria, pregnant women also experience preferential treatment. Here, everything is just so organized that you hardly struggle for anything. So as you're working on your highest, people will stop you and ask you, oh, how far gone are you? Is it a boy or a girl? And are you happy? Blah blah blah. But if it's about nothing much. So in your opinion, was all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I was pregnant when I came to Switzerland. So, and then I was still in my second trimester. So as at that time, we weren't already talking about childbirth, about labor and childbirth. Most times, even if I meet other women, most of our conversations centered around first trimester and second trimester. So it was still far to be discussing about childbirth. I think the only thing I heard about childbirth is more like I asked someone, a friend then, what labor was like, and she told me, oh, you'll be experiencing cramps menstrual cramps. Like, it's like menstrual cramps, but it's way stronger and more painful than menstrual cramps. And of course I did experience that. And then the other one is, okay, I remember my sister-in-law, she said, oh, when the contraction comes, you can't suppress it. Like, maybe you say you don't want to push, then that contraction comes, you'll be forced to push it out. So I didn't get to hear much. I didn't watch many documentaries about life, pregnancy, or whatever. No, I didn't do that. Next one says, would you have handled childbirth differently if you're having them now? I wouldn't say I will handle anything differently. I have natural birth, and okay, the only thing I will say I will handle differently is my last child, the labor. I was induced, because I was induced and it was way more painful. Like, you know, they do say after childbirth, the moment that baby comes out, you forget everything about the pains and the labor. But up till now, I can tell you, I still remember it. I still remember vividly how painful it was. I still remember vividly how he popped out of my body. I can still, like, as I just said it, I can still hear that. As I just said it, I can still hear that sound in my ears. So that's the only thing I will say I will handle differently. Being induced, of course, although he was in a breech, it wasn't like he was way past his due date. He was in a breech position, so they had to induce me so that I can have him normally, like I usually do. So that's the little change. What is your advice to a soon-to-be mom? Enjoy the moment, enjoy the steps. This freedom you have now, you wouldn't have it again. You know, most times they will tell you, oh, when the baby comes, they'll tell you, oh, sleep when the baby sleeps, don't do anything, blah blah blah. But in Igbo we say, if you leave it, especially if you're in Europe, if you leave it, you're still going to be the one to do it. So you just have to plan time management. Like, you know, when you're pregnant, you'll be like, oh, I don't feel like eating anything, I'm not hungry. Your husband might be able to fix something for himself, and you just cross your leg and relax like a mermaid. But the moment children start coming, it wouldn't be the same again. Even if you're tired, even if you're very tired, I cannot do anything. Once a child is crying close to you, you have to, especially your own child, you will definitely do something, because you're responsible for him. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the freedom. When the baby comes, it wouldn't be the same. The next one is, what has been the hardest thing about being a mom? I would say the hardest thing about being a mom is being a mom in Europe without any help, not staying close to relatives. Of course, you can outsource some stuff here, but in Europe, how many people even outsource? It's not easy. So I think that's the only thing that is very difficult at the moment, you know. In Nigeria, if you have your relatives close by, let me say during the holidays, you can easily pack your children. I say pack, that is what it is. You can easily take them to your mother-in-law, or you take them to your own mom, or you can even take them to any of your sisters or siblings who is willing to have them at the moment, or maybe even over the weekend. You can say, oh, they'll come to you, and then you relax. But here, like, they have people who are taking care of them during the week, but you can't just take your children out there and you're relaxed at home. Definitely you take them out because you're working. If not, the bill will come and you'll pay. So if you're relaxed at home, how then will you be able to pay the bills? So that is the only thing I would say that is difficult about being a mom, not having any close relation here in Europe. So the next question says, what has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? Oh my God, I feel fulfilled. Like, I feel peace, I feel calm. You know, when you wish for something, when you wait for some time, you wait for a long time, depending on how you consider, what you consider long. Some people, even 2 months is already too long for them. Some people, 3 months is already too long for them. So for me, I will actually say I feel fulfilled being a mom. You know, when, like I said before, I had a hormonal imbalance, so TCC for a while, and then I had a miscarriage, or a preterm birth, anyone you call it, and then finally having a child. You can imagine how fulfilling it is for me. Some people, like, there are people who will be like, who are like, their work is their own child. Whenever they go to work and come back, they feel fulfilled. So for me, I waited for it and then I have it. So for me, I feel peace, I'm fulfilled. Sorry if I said so much on that question. What was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? I don't think I discovered anything surprising as much. Like, Having a child is nothing different. I wouldn't say I experienced any surprising thing, because like in Africa, in Nigeria, we live communally, where you get to see your neighbor's child, and when you get to, sometimes we live, sometimes you stay with your extended family in the same compound, so you almost experience almost everything that you are still going to experience when you have yours. That is my own thoughts. I won't say there's anything so surprising about it. So the next one says, what is the best memory you have with your kids? Their birth is the best memories ever. Like, one funny thing is that I have 3 children, and the first labor story is different from the second labor story. The second and the first are quite totally different from the last one. So like, each child came with its own unique experience, and I can tell you, like, from my first child to my last child, I can tell you every story. I can tell you every single thing that's happened during the course of labor and childbirth. I mean, that's the only memory that can never repeat itself again. Like, my child, once he comes into the world, he doesn't go back to my stomach again to be reborn again. It doesn't happen. So I can tell you that that is just like, I hold it so close to me. So sweet. Of course, we do create memories, but then other ones, we can always recreate them. If I take them to amusement park A today, next week I can take them to amusement park B. So those ones, they come every time, but them being born is just one unique experience I will never forget. What was the most exciting milestone? For me, I would say, like, since I became a mom, the only thing that was really so exciting for me was when my son started school. Like, you know, all those mixed feelings. You're excited, you're afraid because he's now going into the world, and you're like, I hope he takes care of himself, I hope he'll be able to do this, I hope they don't get to bully him, I hope he'll like it in school, I hope, like, that was just the only thing I can tell, that the only milestone that was so exciting for me. And yeah, that's it. And the last question is, what is the worst thing your child have ever done? The worst thing my child have ever done? Probably scattering the house. And I wouldn't say it's worse. It isn't that bad. I mean, they are children and they are supposed to do what they are supposed to do. And any other thing, maybe you talk and talk and talk and talk. You bring food, they'll tell you they're hungry, you bring food for them to eat, wahala. You don't have to talk and talk and talk. I don't think there's anything I can consider worse at this stage. They are children, let them be children. They get to make their mistakes, they learn from it. If not, how will they grow? And if they don't make all these mistakes, if they don't do all these things, what makes them children? So for me, let them enjoy the moment. You cross that stage, it's like a phase you pass and you never go back again. So, and that is that for this question. I hope you enjoyed this first video in the motherhood series, and I hope you will stick with me. Let's do this together. I hope you'll stick with me. Let's do this together. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, don't forget to give me a mega thumbs up on the like button, and then please share my videos, share them with your friends and family. You can subscribe, share my videos, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and I will definitely see you all in my next video. Until then, remain blessed and have a great time. Thank you so much.